Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, entrepreneur, investor, and most recently, the richest man alive, has made headlines once again. The influential tech icon has just warned us about a financial crisis that America will be facing sooner rather than later. What does he believe is the reason for this? What impact would such a crisis have? And what is Musk's advice on the same? Join us as we discuss all this and more in today's video. Musk said in an interview, a recession is inevitable at some point. As to whether there is a recession in the near term, that is more likely than not. He says that the crisis will be much worse than what America faced in 2008 and in 2020 on account of COVID-19. Let's start with a brief history session. The first recession America ever experienced was in 1929. The main reason behind it was the fall of American stock. Poor government policies were also a major factor, among many others. America was later hit by another economic recession in 2008. This was due to the collapse of the housing bubble in America. Insufficient regulation of funds by the American government and low interest rates resulted in the financial recession. The COVID-19 recession affected the world at large, and America was not an exception. Ever since the stay-at-home policy and isolation protocol was introduced, people lost jobs, and companies lost many contracts and business connections. This placed many businesses on the verge of collapse. Things were looking down, but not for Tesla. Though the recession affected the stocks and sales and made the company take out a $465 million loan, it was later repaid and Tesla made a large profit in the end. In fact, Elon's company gained so much benefit from it that it went on its way to enter the trillion-dollar club through the sale of Tesla electric vehicles. Now Elon is warning us about another oncoming economic recession. He says on Twitter that a recession is to be expected because of the high inflation rate America is experiencing. And these rates are bound to only get higher. The Ukrainian war has reduced the supply of commodities like oil and gas, which has driven up inflation rates. Oil, being an essential commodity, especially for the transport sector, has affected many people. The expensive commodities have also affected Tesla, as it is bound by contract to its customers and cannot increase the prices of its vehicles. We should take Elon Musk's warning into consideration because, for one, being a business magnate and economics expert, he tends to be far-sighted and is likely to correctly predict when an economic recession is likely to happen. More importantly, he is not the only one to have made this prediction. Many other influential and well-informed figures like Michael Burry, Warren Buffett, and Gerald Powell have also drawn the same conclusions. Here is what Musk advises his Twitter fan following about what to do. As a general principle, for those looking for advice from this thread, it is generally better to own physical things like a home or stock in companies you think make good products than dollars when inflation is high. I still own and won't sell my Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Doge for what it's worth. The federal agencies and treasury departments should take Musk's warning seriously. Musk's bad feeling about the economy, extended to the auto industry, might signal a horrific recession, especially since its executives seem to be so oblivious to it all. The entire industry seems to have the same stance, that the demand for cars and vehicles is never ending. One CEO describes the demand as sky-high in a recent email to executives. Whether that claim is true, or simply a delusion, remains to be seen. Elon, being a man of action, recently announced that the electric car-making company Tesla will get rid of 10% of its employees. He warned his workforce that the white-collar ranks were overcrowded. When the world's largest EV firm issues unemployment and economic warning, maybe others should reassess the situation as well and perhaps even follow suit. At this point, investors should also take time to adjust their margin and top-line growth expectations. The start of the COVID-19 pandemic 2 years ago caused the shutdown of companies in the auto industry. The supply chain issues, combined with the rise in inflation rates due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, has driven down the yearly rate of new car sales from 17 million to 12.68 million. Companies like Uber and Lyft have laid down their recruiting and spending, Carvana having done so by 12%. Some may find Musk's stance to be rather pessimistic, but you will find that many industry leaders have learned not to disregard Elon's words. he has a bit of a track record when it comes to these things. It has also been pointed out that Tesla may have overhired last year when it employed over 30,000 workers. So the layoff problem may be unique to Tesla, which does not need to hire any more workers to maintain its growth. Regardless, other companies have begun to follow in Musk's footsteps. Only time will tell whether Musk's warning is true or not. Meanwhile, Musk continues to be at war with Biden's administration that continues to sideline Tesla, SpaceX, and Elon's efforts in general for America. The Tesla CEO has gone so far as to announce on Twitter that he will be voting Republican in the next elections. Click on one of the 2 videos on the screen right now.